Hi and welcome back to the next episode of our Homemaker Series. In this episode, we're making homemade butter and buttermilk. From one ingredient, thickened trim, you get these two byproducts. I can't wait to make this with you and show you how simple and easy it was. I definitely enjoyed learning this new homemaker skill this week. We're definitely ditching the store-bought. We have no seed oils in this, no preservatives, none of those naughty ingredients aren't good for our gut. So if you want to see how we make it, keep watching. We're definitely making this from now on. All right, let's begin. So I've got my stand mixer here and my thickened cream. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do salted or unsalted butter yet, but if you want to do salted butter, it's just two ingredients, which is cream and salt. And if you want to do just plain butter, it's just cream, and you'll get butter and the byproduct of butter, which is buttermilk, which I'll use to make some pancakes. But we've got our stand mixer here, and I'm just going to add my thickened cream to it. So we're just going to put the mixer on low first and then increase the intervals of it. It will turn to heavy whipping cream and then it will separate into butter and buttermilk. But I'll bring you guys closer so you can have a look how it turns. I've just turned it down so you guys can hear me, but as you can see, it's starting to go through the wicking stage. And I've just got my ice water ready as well. So as you can see, it's at a thick cream stage. Apparently you just keep going once it reaches this and then it'll start to separate. So it's been whipping for about 5 minutes now. So I'm just going to scrape down the sides to make sure it's all getting incorporated. It's just starting to splatter now, so I'm going to put my splatter cover on. Probably should have added that on from the start, but as you can see, it is really starting to separate now. It's been about 12 minutes now, and this is how it looks. It's definitely separated into butter and buttermilk. So what I'm going to do is put it through, collect the butter and put it into my cold ice water, and then squeeze it to make sure I remove all that buttermilk. As what I've read is if you leave buttermilk in there, it goes bad quicker. So the more you remove, the longer it lasts. Also, if you use salt, that preserves it longer as well. But I think I'm going to go with unsalted version so I can use it in bacon and stuff like that. But let's separate these two. So I've got clean hands and I'm just going to scoop out and squeeze out all the buttermilk. You want to squeeze out as much as possible. Oops. And this was only from 600 mils of cream. So I'm going to add that into my ice water, wash my hands, and then jar my buttermilk. So I'm going to undo that. I've got a jar for my buttermilk, and I'm just going to pour that in there and hopefully not get it everywhere. So I've got about 300 mils of buttermilk and that butter. So let's get to cleaning this butter now. I'm going to pour this up. I'm going to store this buttermilk in the fridge now and use it to make some pancakes. Okay, so I've just tidied that up, and now I've got my butter in its ice water. I've let that sit for about a minute just to firm up a bit, And now we're just going to wash it in there. We're going to do it, I think, 3 or 4 times, I've heard from what I've read, until the water stays clean. As you can see, it's going murky. That's all that buttermilk getting released. So that's one round. You can see how murky and cloudy that water is. I'm gonna go change this up and put some fresh water. All right, I've got some fresh water here. Let's go for round 2. And you want to use cold water, that way it keeps the butter firm. Alright, so that's the second round. I'm going to change it again. I'll come back to you once it's clean and then we'll go through the next step. Okay, so this is the 4th time that I've just kneaded and the water's pretty clear. So I'm going to squeeze as much water out as possible. Move that bowl to the side and have a fresh bowl, and I'm going to knead it like I would knead bread to try get as much of that water out. And if it starts to get too soft, I might just put it in the fridge for a few minutes just to firm up, as it is a bit warm in my house. In Melbourne, it's freezing at the moment, so we have the heater on. Okay, I actually think I've gotten all the water out, to be honest, so. All right, so there we have it. I've squeezed water out. You can kind of see there how much water has come out. I'm going to get my scales. I want to see how much butter we got, and I'm just going to roll it in some baking paper also. Okay, so I have my butter and my buttermilk. I have roughly around 300 mils of buttermilk, and we have 205 grams of butter. So from 600 mils of thickened cream, we got the 300 mils of buttermilk and 205 grams of butter. I think that's pretty good. If you want to add salt into it to have a salted version of butter, you just add it in and knead it together to make sure it's thoroughly incorporated. And then we have it, homemade butter and buttermilk. How easy was that? Within 15 minutes, we had 2 products from 1 ingredient, thickened creams. I never thought it'd be this easy to make butter. I'm never buying it from a store again. Do you know a lot of the butters from the store aren't actually butter? They contain seed oils, which is why it's called margarine. But yeah, we're never buying that nasty stuff again. We're keeping our house low toxic and refined sugar free, and this is definitely adding to our new regime of making things. And I hope you've enjoyed watching today's episode of a Homemaker Series. If you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. I think we're gonna make some homemade chocolate. What do you think? Bye!